Shane Wright, he's going to be the number one pick by the Canadiens, right? Not so fast, my friend. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Saturday, June 4th, 2022. With the NHL draft just a little over a month away, I figure what better time than to go through the top three prospects and go through the pros and cons for each one, right? I know everyone's been saying Shane Wright, he's the number one overall pick, but if you listen to those whispers out there, it sounds like a couple other players are gaining steam, so I thought it'd be really fun to go through the top three and go through pros and cons for each, and also give you my prediction for who I think the Canadiens are going to pick, probably give you my opinion on who I would pick as well. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep bringing you special videos like these on the weekend. We also got our daily Today in Hockey that we'll keep doing as well. That way you never miss a video. But without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? All right, first and foremost, Shane Wright. So we do have three prospects we're going to go over, and each one of them kind of have a narrative, right? We've been analyzing these guys for months and months, years in some cases, and Shane Wright is no exception to that. Shane Wright has been the consensus number one pick for, honestly, as long as I can remember for this draft. It's been a while since we've actually had a conversation about it, and thanks to a couple of other players really impressing in the interviews going on right now and on the ice, it's finally a conversation of topic again. But let's jump into Shane Wright. Kingston Phonetics pros. He's the complete package, right? He's Mr. Shane Wright. He's the three-zone player. He impacts every area on the ice. He's Mr. Consistent. He doesn't necessarily do anything amazing, but he does everything really, really well. I will argue that his work ethic is a trait that is something that is amazing. He has an excellent work ethic. First one in, last one to leave the gym. But honestly, the thing that makes Shane Wright so special is his ability to make the right play. He always makes the right play. He's not always going to make the splashy play, right? He's not going to make your jaw drop, oh my gosh, but he's always going to make the consistent right play. And if you ask me, that's what you want out of a frontline centerman, right? Like, he's got that excellent vision. He's got elite puck IQ. He's got an NHL ready shot too. That's a big pro, and that's something that every scout pointed out. And that's something I did with this video to gather. I did so much research looking at all the different scouting reports, trying to pick out flaws, trying to pick out pros, for each of their games. And the common denominator on Shane Wright is his NHL ready shot and his decision making. He does everything really, really well, but that shot is a cut above. Now, maybe he's not going to be your perennial MVP candidate, but he does have the pedigree already. We've been talking about Shane Wright for years. He's been known in the hockey circles for years. He's built a wonderful brand. It feels like the people that are dissecting him now are draft analysts and people like myself. We're nitpicking, right? But the other big pro for Shane Wright is he has that hockey body. He's physically mature already. He's been physically mature for the last couple of years. We see him playing, even at the international level, he was throwing his weight around a little bit. He knows how to use his body. He's a very good skater, what people may like to nitpick again, but he's got it all. He's the complete package. There's a reason we're talking about Shane Wright as the first overall pick. Now, cons. He doesn't wow you. He's not going to do things on the ice that just make you go, oh my gosh. But he does do everything consistently well, right? He also is not going to be your annual MVP candidate. He's going to probably be a consistent all-star, right? And that's excellent. If I could tell you could have a perennial all-star for the next 15 seasons as your number one centerman, maybe number two centerman, I think you're going to take it, right? This season, his production was also a little lacking compared to what people's expectations were. I say lacking, and then we look down and see 63 games played and 94 points. My goodness, he was off the charts. But considering what he did the previous season, what people were expecting him to do, it wasn't exactly, it didn't blow people's socks off. But if you talk to Shane Wright, he says that's because he was working on other pieces of his game. Maybe he's making different decisions. Maybe he's not as focused on scoring. And if you do watch his tape, he does a lot of the time he's a little late getting back on offense because he was working so hard on defense and getting the puck back. So I do think Shane Wright is a victim of nitpicking in a lot of ways. He's an excellent player, and I don't think the Habs could go wrong if they picked him number one overall. All right, we're moving on to probably my favorite prospect in the draft, Juraj Slafkovsky. And I tell you what, we did a video on him recently on why he should be the number one overall pick. That was a really great article from The Athletic. And I tell you what, after reading that and after doing more research, I might actually agree with them on this. But again, I'm a sucker for size, and that's the name of Juraj's game, is size and speed. The lad is 6'4". He's listed here at 225, probably closer to 220. But man, what's it matter? 6'4", 220? You're a moose. He's He's very Mikko Rantanen-esque, and he even says that's someone that he models his game on, so can't be disappointed in that. But he's also got that rare, excellent hand and skate agility. His hands are so quick, his feet are so quick. For being so big, it's incredible to watch. He does have that wow factor. He can beat you with speed, skill, he can dangle you to death, or he can blow right by you, and we see it in the highlights. And recently, when he's this last calendar year, when he's put it all together at the international stage, it's just been a thing of beauty, and he has left my jaw on the floor, and that's something Shane Wright has never done. The other thing, he's not just a goal scorer. I know he does have a reputation. We see his last 10 international games, 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 total points, but he's not just a goal scorer. A lot of this is the product of the team he's playing on. When he is surrounded by NHL talent, he does make better decisions. He does do the right thing without the puck. He's not forcing things as much. At the end of the day, the numbers do paint a picture, but he is not just a goal scorer. I fully expect when he gets around NHL talent and gets around better players, he's going to become a playmaker as well. There was a time where they were talking about playing Juraj at center. Now, he is a winger, and that does fall into the cons. He's not necessarily going to play down the middle for you, right, and tear it up, but if that's not necessarily what you're looking for, I'm not a big believer in you need a centerman to be the number 1 overall pick. I'm perfectly content taking a winger with the first overall pick or second overall pick, right? Devils fans, I know there's some whispers about trading that second pick to the Canucks. Canucks would absolutely be thrilled, I'm sure, to have Juraj fall in their lap. But his lack of production prior to this season was a little alarming. He was playing in the Finnish First Division to end the season, and he didn't necessarily dominate, but he was playing against grown men, right? So it's not like he could physically dominate. He actually had to work on other pieces of his game, and that's what you want to see. So I definitely think that Juraj could be the number 1 overall pick. If I'm choosing with the number 1 overall pick, he might be my pick. But let's wait till the end of the video and see who the Canadiens are going to pick, okay? All right, moving into number 3, and this is kind of, if each prospect has a narrative, right? Shane Wright, Mr. Consistent. Juraj is going to be that fast riser, the wow factor. Well, Logan Cooley, I got to be honest, I'm a little late to the Logan Cooley game. Like, I've, of course, I'm familiar with the player, and I've seen some highlights, especially in the most recent Worlds, but I feel a little silly, right? After doing a lot of research on Logan Cooley in particular for this video, the one thing that comes across from every scouting report is how dynamic he is. And when you watch him, yeah, that's the only way you can really describe it. He's dynamic. He is your definition of a dynamic two-way player. He impacts the ice offensively, defensively, he's excellent. He just does it all, and it's great. He is a first-line centerman, right? He's got top-end speed. He's got the agility to match it. The most impressive thing probably about him is he's got that shiftiness. We did talk about, it was Connor McDavid, the greatest skater in hockey history or whatnot. That wonderful article from The Athletic where those 5 NHL former greats did talk about what makes Connor McDavid so special, and one of the common threads was his shiftiness and how he can be so quick to just avoid hits, even avoid checks, and that is something that Logan Cooley does. By no means am I saying Logan Cooley's going to be Connor McDavid, but that is something that he does have, that little bit of that ability where he can avoid contact, avoid those big hits, which is excellent, and he's going to be able to use his speed and agility in so many other ways, which he does. The other thing that really stands out for Logan Cooley is his pace of his game. The pace of his game is just off the charts. He rises to the occasion. No matter what level he's on, he's always trying to be the best, and he actually raises his game up and stands out on the ice, stands out on tape. His passing, his decision making, it's almost like we talk with Shane Wright, like he knows what to do before he gets the puck. Logan Cooley's similar, but it's more of it feels more quick twitchy, I guess you could say. The other thing that I love about him is he's a star, but he plays like a grinder. He's got that fourth line mentality, and that's something you can't teach, right? Like, I want my stars to want to do the dirty work, to do the hard things. One of the comparisons that I saw for Logan Cooley was Braden Point, and you think about it, like, man, who would not want Braden Point on their team, right? The big knock on him is simply his lack of size. If he was 2-3 inches taller, I don't think this is a debate maybe for the number 1 overall pick. Logan Cooley is probably the pick. And as I'm doing my research and going through this, I got to be honest, I'm wondering why the Habs aren't picking Logan Cooley, right? Like everything here just screams pick Logan Cooley, but he's not 6'4", 220. You know, he doesn't necessarily. There is a little more risk to it, right? The other thing is he may not go straight to the NHL. Shane Wright, we're not questioning anything. I'm sure he'll be on Montreal's roster if they pick him day one. He's going to be there. He'll be a part of that team. If he starts lower out and works his way up in minutes, you know, that may be the case. But Logan Cooley, because he is smaller, he may not start in the NHL right away. Now, scouts don't have a doubt about him being able to adapt to the NHL, and once he gets there, having an impact. It's just he may, if he goes to your team, you want to may have patience with him. And you know, if I'm the Habs, I kind of want to get as many people out on the ice and get those young guys playing on that first team as fast as possible. But yeah, that's just another minor nitpick. So without further ado, we've gone through 3 excellent candidates. We have Shane Wright, Mr. Consistent, the fast riser, Juraj Slafkovsky, and we've got Logan Cooley, the man, the dynamic two-way player that I had forgotten, but I tell you what, I think he could be an excellent choice as the first overall pick. So, without further ado, I do also want to say that this is not who I would pick with the first overall pick. This is who I think the Montreal Canadiens are going to pick, and I think they are going to pick Shane Wright. That's right, baby. I don't think the Canadiens right now can really take the risk and go with Juraj. I would love to see if they did. To be honest, I saw someone in the comments make mention if they could get the first and second overall picks. Oh my gosh, that's the dream. If you could get Shane Wright and Juraj, you're set. That would just do it. But Devils fans, I think you guys should be excited as well. Juraj with number 2 would be great. If you do make a trade for JT Miller, nothing wrong with that either. But let me know in the comments how we did. If you enjoyed these videos, you know, let me know. Hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We are doing a giveaway right now. We're on that road to 100 subscribers. So as soon as we hit that 100 subscriber mark, we're going to be giving something away. It's going to be a jersey, a hockey autograph, something hockey related, right? But I do appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments who you think should be the number 1 overall pick in this upcoming NHL draft. If it's someone that maybe I didn't list, you know, let me know. Maybe we can break them down in a future video. But until next time, cheers!